Hello, Grasshopper here. Um, I finally made a year 2023 review video. Um, I broke down and purchased X Premium so I'd get access to Grok to write the script for me. Um, Grok kind of disappointed me. The software is just not quite there yet. Because I tried to get to give me a script like, hey, tell me the things, the big events of 2023, like in movies and politics and science, and give examples. And it it did some of it correctly, but then some of it, what do you call it? It didn't have the correct information. Hallucinations, right? That's the term they use in AI for when the AI kind of like lies to you. It's strange, but so what I ended up having to do was like say, okay, I'd like kind of break it down for Grok, kind of put it in smaller, break the big problem into smaller problems. So the smaller problem is like, okay, Grok, tell me the the biggest blockbusters of 2023, and it did that, and I believe it was correct. It mentioned, let me think, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. It's like, yeah, okay, that's probably, yeah, I could see that. The Barbie movie. Well, yeah, it makes sense. Oppenheimer. Okay. And, oh goodness, what else? Well, it went through all the movies, basically. I think Mission Impossible was in there. But then it missed some, like it missed Godzilla, and I think Godzilla is pretty big. But I corrected that, though. It's like, so it still takes like some human intervention, So yeah, I wanted to add Godzilla because I was like, that was something I didn't really see coming, and it showed up. Oh yeah, and Grok said that Dune Part 2 was supposed to come out. It said it's like it was hallucinating, thinking Dune Part 2 had come out in 2023, and it had not. It got pushed. It was supposed to, but it got pushed back. Unfortunately, because I really want to see that movie. I want to see that movie so bad. Oh goodness, I can't wait. Hope it's good. But I was gonna say, goodness. So, but I told Grok this, and I interacted with it. It figured out, that it was wrong. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. I made a mistake. So, it's still learning and getting there and being improved upon and all that good stuff, right? So then I came into a second problem, so I had to do the text and make it into video. So I'm on the waiting list on Pika. Apparently Pika Labs is like the best. I'm on the waiting list for that. Then I tried this other one that I think has an octopus on it. Because I wanted to try something besides in video. I mean, not that I like in video, but maybe there's better options out there. I don't know. And you can't trust these people on the internet, I don't think, who are talking up different chat bots, AI chat tools, and because like they made Grok out to be like really great, it's almost as good as Chat GPT-4, and I was kind of let down. I mean, sorry, Elon, but I got to work on prompting, I guess, a little bit. But it's a learning experience, though. But the good news is I got to play around with it a little bit, and I'm learning as I go, and I'm getting experience in early technology, I guess. So those are the positives. So I looked at Pika. I'm on the waiting list on that, and I looked at the Octopus one that does text to video, but that one, I gotta find the name of it. Hold on 1 second. Pause the video. Okay, back. So the Octopus one is called Pictory. I did not like that one. It was too too tedious. Like it was like it asked you like what aspect ratios do you want and things like this. It's like just make the video for me, and then give me options to edit or drill down later after the fact, But it's kind of like it puts all this stuff in front of it before you've actually created something. I didn't like that approach. I don't like that. I know some people do, but that's not for me. I want to be bogged down with tedium, I want to create. And then later on, I want to polish, So I create first, and then adjust it, tweak it, things like that to my liking. So with NVIDIA, I was able to do that. The other problem I ran into with NVIDIA is the text box for putting in your text or your script is limited to I want to say 30,000 characters. It might be more than that. 300,000. I don't know for sure, but I ran into the limit basically. I'd never run into it before, so that was a problem. So I was like, okay. But then the good news is, like I said, I was working with Grok, and I broke the problem out into smaller problems. So that means smaller scripts. So I put the script about movies in, generate the video with NVIDIA. Sorry, I might have said that too fast. And then I did the same thing with computer games of 2023. Then I did the same thing with politics of 2023. So I just kind of did that, and then I had a big mess, and NVIDIA was pretty good. This is what's cool about NVIDIA. I had a big mess going on, and I was like, hey, NVIDIA, clean up my mess. Bring it all together, please. And it did. So, that's what's cool. It's like, it just, so it's like you got to put it in the pieces, like you're making baking a cake or something, all the ingredients, and then, you end up with this cake. Hopefully. Yeah, so anyway, it worked out. It did some cool things. Let's see if we can get into it. So I had to change some of the, I had this 20, you can see it here on the screen, the 2023 with this road. I had that. It kind of didn't clean it up enough to where it had good, it was still showing like a film projector or something. So it was tied to film still, and it was like, no, okay. So it kind of messed up that, but it did transitions for me, which I thought was really, really cool. Something I just noticed. I haven't used this tool in a while, so it's kind of good to step away for a while, because you come back and you're you notice things you may just have taken for granted or just got used to. So the first thing I do is put in the script for hey, make a video about the movies of 2023. Then I added in, video games next. Or, anyway, doesn't matter, right? So it changed topics. But it transitioned the script, it just did it on its own. It just transitioned, now that we've discussed movies, let's move on to the video game landscape or whatever, So, yeah, it transitioned for me. It picked some stock videos that were right on the mark, and then some that kind of weren't. But it's okay. You can go in and edit. You can edit and just. It's real easy to edit too. It's not hard. It's not I can't stand the people that say, "Oh, it's easy," and then they show 50 steps. And it's like, yeah, that wasn't easy. That was not easy at all. You and I have different ideas of what easy is. No, it was pretty easy. You just go in and you just edit. Click on the scene you want to change, and then you type in it has a search. You just type it in what you want. If you have an idea of what you want to replace it with. And then just and you just click on it. It's no big deal. It's pretty good. Pretty good. I gotta say, the user interface in NVIDIA is rocking compared to Pictory. I don't know what Pika Labs is like. I got to use it. Wish I could. 1 second. Okay, so, but I'll show you some of it. Let me see if I can get into this.
In our review of 2023, we will begin by discussing film. The year kicked off with a bang in the world of cinema with the release of Pathaan. This action-packed thriller stormed the global box office, captivating audiences with its intriguing plot and breathtaking visuals. Hot on it.
So that was a scene. It originally showed an Indian family, which is kind of cool. I thought it was cool because it recognized that the movie Pathaan, which I had not heard of until I started working on this. So I went to go check that movie out. But anyways, the AI recognized that was like an Indian name or something, so it put an Indian family watching TV in their living room. I was like, that's pretty sweet. But it didn't really capture the movie. So I went and looked at the trailers of Pathaan. It's an action movie. So I was like, okay, cool. So I'll put an action scene in there. So that's one I tweaked. And then the next one, it talks about John Wick, and it came up with a scene that looks like John Wick. I mean, it's not, of course, because they can't use John Wick, because of copyright, because of copyrights. But anyway, it did a good job. I was kind of impressed by this because I didn't tell it to use this scene. It just picked it on its own.
On its heels came John Wick Chapter 4. Continuing the legacy of the series, this installment was a roaring success, delivering intense action sequences and a tightly woven
that looks
narrative.
like John Wick.
The Marvel Universe struck gold with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. This superhero extravaganza delighted audiences with its mix of humor, action, and heartfelt moments. The cinematic landscape took a dramatic turn with Oppenheimer.
And I didn't pick the Oppenheimer one. It did that on its own. And it looks like that could be a scene from Oppenheimer. I mean, it was kind of the movie. I don't know if it's in black and white. I'm not sure, but it kind of looks like this. I mean, where it's kind of dark and colorless, maybe. At any rate, though, it reminds me of Oppenheimer, so the AI nailed that one for sure. Hold on one second. Let me find something else to talk about. So, like I said, I wanted to make sure it included Godzilla. And it makes sense that it didn't include Godzilla at first because it hasn't been out that long. It was, it's the end of the year. And it used images of some posters of Godzilla, and I didn't like that. I thought that was kind of boring. But I was able to find inside in video some stock footage of what looks like Godzilla to me. I'll show you.
The biggest surprise of the year came in November with Godzilla Minus One. This unique take on the iconic monster surpassed expectations, becoming the highest-rated blockbuster of 2023 on IMDb. The world of computer games also saw a revolution in 2023.
Okay, let me pause and go to the. Let me just do it.
The release of highly anticipated games like Starfield, Baldur's Gate 3 series, and the global triumphant return of Hideo Kojima's Metal Gear Solid series.
Okay, so this is talking about Metal Gear, and this scene was they just had some buildings in a city, which I thought was really not. It didn't make me think of Metal Gear Solid, so I did a search for Special Forces in the stock videos inside the InVideo tool, and I picked this one. It's just some footage of some soldiers out on patrol, I guess. That seemed more. That seemed to fit better. Okay, so now we're going to talk about black holes and went into politics. I had to edit a lot of the politics, so it didn't really. It really felt big on the politics. I don't know why, but it had throughout the whole thing, it had pictures of Indian guys smiling, and I'm not sure. Maybe it has to do with the British Prime Minister, because he's kind of mentioned there, and I don't know where it got that from, but it was kind of weird, because it was and it doesn't even talk about the British Prime Minister throughout the section on politics. So I added a picture of the United Nations, and women protesting, and then finally pictures of or a video of Great Britain. So I had to clean that part up. I'll show it to you real quick.
Origins of our universe. The political landscape in 2023 also saw significant shifts. In the United States, the Republican Party seized control of the House of Representatives, and the Supreme Court's landmark decision in Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health Organization
Okay, I'm not going to show you all. It takes too long. Let's see.
significantly altered.
I think that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, they had to add that image for the war in Ukraine. And there's the image I used for Great Britain when it starts talking about Great Britain. That's pretty much it, though. Yeah, for the most part, NVIDIA did a good job, and it reminded me why the tool's good. So maybe I'll get to try Pika Labs someday, and it'll blow my mind. We'll see. The Octopus one, though, I'm not too crazy about it. It didn't have dark mode, which that's like, that's a real big thing with me. I don't like apps that don't have the option to do dark mode. That really bothers me. Anyway, that's it, though. I just wanted to touch on that, how I made this video. I had to use Grok on X to make the script. I had to break it down the parts because it was the full script would have hallucinations if I tried to do it all at once. And then the other issue was that the script is too large for NVIDIA's text box. So I started with the movies script about what were the big movies for 2023. Put that in video, and then that generated my base video. Then I just you can add scenes in there. There's a text box inside. There's a text box there too once it's made the initial video, and I just entered. Then I did like science and gaming, and then politics, and then I had the big mess. And I said, "Hey, NVIDIA, just redo the script, please, and tie it all together, organize it, put a little bow on it, all that good stuff." So anyway, it was more work than I would expect. I mean, the tools aren't quite there yet. Like, for one, why am I using two tools? Why aren't these two things like seamless and integrated, in the one tool? So it's kind of funny to me. It's like, yeah, we're seeing the early days of AI, because it's like you have to jump around from tool to tool just to do to make a video. So it's like it's not all in one place. It's kind of weird to me. But I guess there are some tools that probably do it all. Maybe Pika Labs does it all. I don't know. I haven't used it yet. We'll see though. But yeah, I don't know. It's just I wanted to make this video, just something like to look back on later. Be like, oh man, remember when AI was like, kind of hard to use? It's not super hard, but it actually takes. It's harder than it probably will be in the future. Let's just say that. Anyway, that's it. Just wanted to share this.